last member of Big Six queries is the having query. Having command is something similar to the where command. That's why most of the cases, the novices, the new starters in the SQL are confusing these two commands. But it's not hard, it's easy to understand. The only thing that you need to do to download and upload this department table. It's a new table that I have uploaded on the Kaggle. You can get in on the Kaggle. I will leave for you the link for that. So let's go forward. On the new table department, we have the different departments and the employee IDs for that departments. It shows how many. It shows the employees that are associated to the departments. Okay. What we would love to know, your manager says we should lay off some people since our startup is not going good, so we don't have any money to pay for the workers, and we would love to know which department has the most of the workers, and we would love to lay off one person. And we would love to know the department which has more than one worker in that, so we cannot lay off the only one person from the department, so there's not gonna be department anymore. That's why what we're gonna do, we're gonna count employees for groups by the department name or department ID. How are we gonna do that? That's the important questions. The counting, we can count it without a problem. We already know how to count the observations, already know aggregate functions. So we are choosing the department name, and we're counting our employee ID from the department name. We forget to write the group by 1. By the way, if you're gonna write group by 1, it means the same as you wrote this one here. Alright? Let me show you. There's no difference between those. So we have IT, one person in the department, so we cannot lay off. Data, finance, and mark. But we would love to get in the SQL language there as an output. We would love to get that because now we have 4 departments. Imagine in the multinational companies, in the big companies, we have hundreds of the departments and hundreds of the workers. It's not as easy as it is. What we can do, we would love to use the where function, but it's not gonna work. Where function, the first thing that could come into your mind, that we can use the where function and select those who has workers higher, larger than 1. Let's create the alias. Do you remember alias is when you're given a name to the column, so we don't have to want to see the count employee ID. We want to see count employee. And here, if you're gonna write where count employee greater than 1, that's gonna get you are gonna get error. It's on MySQL, probably in different syntaxes, different the different dialects of the SQL, you might have the result, but it's not desirable because you need to avoid to write like this. It's wrong. Instead, what you need to do, You need to write having. By the way, after group by, you cannot even write the where clause. So that's why you're writing the having. You're writing the alias that you have created or count employee ID. It doesn't matter. Greater than 1. In this case, we have the result. You would get the same result if you would write the count employee ID is greater than 1. And I would love to see further and order by count employee in the descending order. So that's it. That's the result that we'd love to get with the having. In this video we have seen the having function. So we have concluded all the big six queries that are the most important queries, that are the core queries in order to start the journey as a data analyst, data scientist, SQL developer. Once you know these queries, you can confidently say, I am ready to start my journey and I have a beginner level, so I have the basic knowledge of the SQL. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you find this video useful for you, for your work, for your studies, for your projects, and if you got the value out of this video, I really would appreciate if you would leave the like, if you would share my video, if you would subscribe. This is the metrics that I'm considering as the sign of the utility of this video. Otherwise, I wouldn't know whether this video was useful for you or not. Thank you very much for attention and see you in the next video.